Hello, this video is going to show you how to do the long answer question that is attached to the first reading section of the OSSLT. So we've already read this particular article for the multiple choice questions, but now we're going to do the written answer, which is written out in one paragraph. Normally there'll be a page break right here with the multiple choice questions in there, but I've patched them together just for this video. Since we've already read the article, let's jump right into the question down here. And this one is clearly a written answer, that's why they give you these lines. So, how might the information in this news report encourage people to visit Alberta? Use specific details and examples from the selection to support your answer. Once again, there are two parts to this question. There's first, how might the information in this news report encourage people to visit Alberta? But then it wants the specific details once again. But here it says a bit more. Use specific details and examples from the selection. Now what's the selection? That is the OSSLT's fancy word for the reading. Whatever the reading is, that is the selection. And the information that you choose needs to support your answer. So the answer here, or the question doesn't really give us a choice here, it's just how might it. So you're not going to argue that it won't. You're going to go along with this one and assume that it will encourage people to visit, and you're going to find reasons why. There's other questions in the OSSLT which will get you to put forth your own answer and you'll have to defend it, but not this one. And once again, I have a rough notes area where I can jot down my plan. It's a really good idea to do this. And if you're an amazing, brilliant writer who's been working for 30 years, maybe you could just go right into the writing. For the rest of us, use the notes. Alright, so we need to find information in the news report that would encourage people to visit. So let's go look. So we read about this museum, if you recall from the other video, and they have a new species of dinosaur they've just discovered, which is the hadrosaur, and it is a duck-billed dinosaur, and they found it in this area where the ice carved away the landscape, making this dramatic and serious badlands, and exposed the bones. And then there's day digs that people can go on, sponsored by the museum, and they've recovered thousands of artifacts, so many that it gets the title the dinosaur capital of the world. So what can we gather from that? I'm going to put it down in my notes area here, see what I remember. Well, first off, people could visit the museum. It's the Royal Tyrrell Museum. And I think just generally, people like to see rare things. What else was there? Oh, so there's the new species of dinosaur. Imagine if you could go visit, if you were able to be there when they first if they first discovered the Tyrannosaurus Rex and you got to go see it for the first time. That would be interesting. There was the thing about day digs, to actually go do some digging yourself. It is the dinosaur capital of the world. That seems interesting. And it was even the place, the land itself, was dramatic and mysterious. Let's write that down here. Dramatic and mysterious badlands, it was called. What else is there here? Thousands of important specimens have been uncovered. Alright, so there's thousands of things to see. So thousands of important specimens have been found. Alright, so I've got a lot to work with here. These are all various reasons why people might come to the region, but I've got to fit it into these, however many lines are here. Looks like about 6. Okay, so when we start, we have to use a bit of the question in our answer. This one's a little bit of a tricky one. So we might say, the information in this news report will encourage people to visit Alberta because ... Or I could try to a slightly different way. How about people might be encouraged to visit Alberta because readers may... See, I'm referring to the readers of the article here rather than people. Readers may be... Uh-oh, I've got to adjust my lines. There we go. The readers may be interested in seeing... What can they see? What can they see? I can keep it just generic at first, just to open up. So, seeing a variety of interesting and rare things. Interesting. Where are these rare things? Well, they're in the area. What's so special about this area? Well, it is the... which is the dinosaur capital of the world. Now, why am I quoting it? Why am I putting quotations here? Capitalize that. That's because it's right out of the title here. So it's a title, which is the dinosaur capital of the world. I'll put a period in there. What else can they do? So they could see the rare things in the dinosaur capital. How about they can visit... Oh, I'm going to look at my notes here. So, the museum. The museum. Oh, I want details. I want specific details that the people marking this will like. Because it says here, use specific details and examples from the selection. So I'm going to actually use the name of it here. What is it? Royal Tyrrell Museum. Royal Tyrrell Museum. The Royal Museum. And the Royal Tyrrell Museum has thousands of important specimens. Thousands of them. I think I could fit that in. This part here. Fit that in here. And see thousands. I'm going to keep just going to use the number so I don't use up too much space. Of rare dinosaur specimens. There we go. They could visit the Royal Tyrrell Museum and see thousands of rare dinosaur specimens. Let's look down here. What else we got? Well, there's this bit about a new species. That's the hadrosaur, and that was discovered by the Royal Tyrrell Museum, so that might be a good place to put it right here in the same sentence. Comma, including a newly discovered species. There we go, that's a nice sentence. They can visit the Royal Tyrrell Museum and see thousands of rare dinosaur specimens, including a newly discovered species. One more little detail we could throw in here is the name of it. What was it again? The hadrosaur. It doesn't have a capital up here, so I'm not going to put one down here. Hadrosaur. Yes, hadrosaur. Alright, what else have I got? I mentioned people can see rare, variety of interesting rare things. Check. Check. Museum we mentioned, check. Day digs. Do we have day digs? Did I mention day digs already? No, I didn't do day digs. Alright, and then this, I did mention that, but I didn't mention the dramatic and mysterious Badlands. I imagine the day digs happen, let's see, at the Badlands, since the Badlands is where they discovered all the dinosaurs, so yes. Alright, let's try to get both of those in one sentence on one line. That's all I got left. And I can throw in a transition word here again. Now I could use also, a simple one, but I can mix it up since I used also a lot in that other piece of writing. How about more formal way here? In addition. In addition, comma, they can go on a day dig, in quotations, because I'm quoting this up here, day dig, in the mysterious Badlands. And I'm going to quote that as well. And if I had more space, I might say that the might mention that they could go as adults or teens, and they could look for creatures. But for the space given, I think I have enough detail here. I've said lots. They can find interesting and rare things. They can see the dinosaur capital of the world, and the Tyrrell Museum has thousands of rare species, including a new species, and they can go on a day dig in the Badlands. Lots of details there to support my answer of why people might be encouraged to go visit Alberta. So that's exactly what you need to do on yours. Use your rough note area, come up with ideas, go back and forth to the original article, and dig out, dig out your support, your specific details and your support for your answer. And then put it all together in a nice little package, and you will get top marks. So this here again is marked out of 3, and so this would be a 3 out of 3. Now technically they actually called it code 30, but you can either get a 0, a 10, or a 20, or a 30, so really it's out of 3. So good luck with your own writing of a long answer, or written answer, in the first reading on your OSSLT. Bye-bye.